You know that tall snake plant you've had in the living room for years? The one that's still alive but honestly hasn't put out a new leaf since last Christmas? It's not dead, but it's not exactly living its best life either. What if I told you that with just a few quiet adjustments, you could have the same plant pushing out 5 to 7 strong new leaves every single year, producing babies on its own, and looking so healthy that friends actually ask where you bought it? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're joining me. I'm Tim, and this is Grow with Tim, a place for grown-ups who enjoy plants but don't have time for drama or expensive shopping lists. If you're here, chances are you want reliable, no-nonsense advice that fits into a real schedule, the kind that works whether you're 40, 60, or somewhere in between. Today I'm sharing the 7 adjustments that made the single biggest difference for my own snake plants, and for thousands of subscribers who've quietly tried them and written back with pictures I still can't quite believe. One of them will change the way you water forever, and when we reach number 6, I'll show you something you already own that can speed growth so dramatically you'll feel like you're cheating, except it costs nothing at all. If that sounds useful, stay with me for the next 9 or 10 minutes. And if you'd like to be notified the next time I share something this practical, consider tapping subscribe and the little bell. It really does help. Whenever you're ready, let's give that faithful old plant the gentle upgrade it's been waiting for. Here we go. Here's hack number 1. I call it the 37-degree turn, and it's probably the simplest thing you can do that gives the most noticeable results in just a few weeks. Most of us put a snake plant down somewhere and never touch it again. The plant slowly leans toward the window. One side gets strong and tall, the other side stays weak and pale, and eventually the whole thing looks lopsided. I used to do the same until I started doing one tiny thing differently. Every single time I walk past the plant, getting coffee, heading to the mailbox, whatever, I give the pot a gentle turn of about 37 to 40 degrees. That's roughly 1/10 of a full circle. It takes 1 second, literally. No calendar reminder, no schedule, just a tiny twist whenever I'm nearby. After 9 or 10 of those little turns, the plant has quietly made one complete revolution. Every leaf has had equal time facing the light, so the growth stays perfectly even. The whole plant forms this beautiful, symmetrical cylinder instead of bending like a banana. The leaves end up thicker, darker green, and noticeably stronger on all sides. I've had people message me photos saying, "Tim, I started the 37-degree turns 3 weeks ago, and my plant already looks like it came from a magazine." It's that dramatic, and it costs nothing and takes almost no thought once it becomes a habit. Start today. Next time you walk by, give it that small turn. In a month, you'll see exactly what I mean. Hack number 2. The 3-week shower routine plus one tiny addition that keeps pests away for practically the whole year. Dust, cooking grease, and everyday grime slowly coat the leaves. You don't notice it, but the plant does. Light gets blocked, and the tiny breathing pores clog. Result? Dull color and slower growth. Every 3 weeks, I take the plant to the shower and give it a gentle 30-second rinse with lukewarm water. Nothing fancy, just a light rain. Then, while the leaves are still damp, I wipe each one front and back with a clean microfiber cloth. Takes 4 or 5 minutes total. That alone restores the deep green shine within days. But here's the quiet upgrade. Every 3rd or 4th shower, I put exactly 3 drops of pure neem oil into the spray bottle or directly under the shower head. The water spreads it into an invisible film that spider mites, mealybugs, and scales simply hate. 1 bottle of neem oil lasts years, and I honestly can't remember the last time I had to treat a snake plant for pests. Subscribers send me photos all the time saying their leaves suddenly look glossy and healthy again. That's the shower and the neem working together. Next time you're in the bathroom anyway, bring the plant along. You'll be amazed how fast the color comes back. Hack number 3. Love them by keeping them snug in unglazed terracotta. It's the closest thing to their native African home, and the reason my plants throw pups like it's their job. In the wild, snake plants grow in poor, rocky soil with almost no room. When we put them in oversized plastic pots with rich, always moist mix, they feel too comfortable. Growth slows, and they rarely bother making babies. My rule is simple. I never repot until the pot is physically cracking or the sides are bulging. Sometimes that's 7 or 8 years. When I finally do move a plant, I go up only 1 pot size and I always choose heavy unglazed terracotta. Unglazed clay breathes. Water and air move through the walls, so the soil dries evenly and quickly. Exactly what these desert natives expect. That slight stress tells the plant, better make some offspring. And sure enough, within a year or 2, you'll see new pups circling the base. The heavy terracotta also anchors tall plants so they never tip, and one good pot will outlast a dozen plastic ones. I still have pots I bought 20 years ago, each one now home to generations of snake plants I've given away. If your plant has been in the same container for years and looks content, leave it alone. A tight pot isn't cruelty. It's what makes them thrive and multiply. Hack number 4. Bottom watering with a simple twist that makes roots grow like never before. This is the watering method I said would change everything. I used to pour water over the top like most people. Some soaked in, some ran off, and a bit always pooled in the crown, setting up rot. Then I switched to bottom watering, and one cheap addition made it incredible. Set the pot in a shallow tray with 2 inches of water for 20 to 30 minutes. The soil drinks only what it needs through the drainage holes, the crown stays dry, and roots stretch downward for moisture, building a stronger plant every time. Here's the upgrade. Every third or fourth watering, I mix 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide into a quart of water. You've probably got it in your medicine cabinet. The peroxide adds oxygen to the soil, supercharging root growth and wiping out any rot-causing bacteria before they start. No more soggy smells or sudden plant flops. Since starting this, my snake plant's roots grow so fast, they sometimes hug the pot's drainage holes in months. New leaves come quicker, thicker, and I haven't lost a plant to rot since. It's a minute more than top watering, costs almost nothing, and the results will hook you. Try it when the soil's dry 2 inches down. If one of the first 4 tricks already has you reaching for a plant, drop its number in the comments. 1, 2, 3, or 4. The hack that gets the most votes will be the topic of my next full video, with extra step-by-step shots and answers to the questions I always get about it. I read every comment, so let me know which one you're trying first. Takes 2 seconds. Alright, thank you. Let's keep going with number 5. Hack number 5. The only feeding my snake plants ever get. Coffee grounds plus crushed eggshells twice a year. Zero cost, better results than anything in a bottle. Snake plants are light feeders, but they love a little nitrogen for rich color and calcium for sturdy leaves. I give them both with kitchen scraps most people toss out. After brewing coffee, I spread the used grounds on a plate and let them dry completely. Eggshells get rinsed, dried, and crushed into fine powder with a rolling pin. That's the whole prep. In early spring and again in early autumn, I mix equal parts dried grounds and eggshell powder. 2 or 3 tablespoons scratched into the top inch of soil is all a big plant needs. Water normally, and you're done. The coffee releases nitrogen slowly. The shells supply calcium and magnesium, and the gritty texture improves drainage right at the surface. Within a month, the leaves turn darker green, new growth is thicker, and pups show up faster. I've tested this against store fertilizers for years. The coffee eggshell plants always win. More leaves, stronger roots, happier look. 1 small jar of each ingredient lasts me seasons. Start saving your next few coffee filters and eggshells. Come spring, give one plant this mix and compare. You'll be amazed how little they actually need. Hack number 6. The warm bottom trick that quietly adds 40 to 60% more growth. All year, even in winter. No cost, no extra gear, just a smarter spot for the pot. Snake plants evolved in warm African soils. When the root zone falls below 65 degree Ts, they slow down dramatically, sometimes almost stop. In most homes, the floor, windowsill, or table surface is several degrees colder than the air you feel, so the plant spends half the year half asleep. The simple fix: set the pot on anything that stays gently warm around the clock. A Wi-Fi router, cable box, the top of a desktop computer, an Apple TV, or even the DVR. Anything that runs 24/7 and never gets hot enough to burn your hand. These surfaces usually sit between 80 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which lifts the soil temperature a perfect 3 to 5 degrees above a cold floor. That small, steady warmth keeps metabolism active when every other snake plant is stalled. I tested it side by side for 2 winters. Identical plants, same light, same care. The one on the router produced 7 new leaves and 4 pups. The one on the floor gave me 2 leaves and 0 babies. No noticeable electricity cost, no risk to the plant, and the device you're already running does all the work. I've used this for years and still smile every time I see the difference. Tonight, look around for that quietly warm box in your living room and move 1 pot there. You'll thank yourself in a couple of months. Hack number 7, the hard reset prune that turns a tired, leggy snake plant into a thick, vibrant one in about 60 days. This is my final trick, and the one most people put off until they see the before and after photos. Over time, every snake plant develops old, worn-out lower leaves, pale, bent, sometimes almost lying on the soil. They still photosynthesize a little, but mostly they just drain energy that could go to fresh growth. Every 2 to 3 years, I give the plant a clean break. With a sharp, sterilized knife, I remove every single one of those oldest, lowest leaves, cutting flush with the soil. It looks drastic for 24 hours. The plant suddenly appears half its size, but that's exactly what wakes it up. Within 2 weeks, new pups pop up around the base, and bright, strong leaves start rising from the center. By day 60, the plant is typically 50 to 100% fuller, taller, and greener than before. I've taken 10-year-old plants that hadn't grown in ages and made them look showroom new with one session. The cuttings, by the way, root easily if you let the ends callus for a day and then plant them, so nothing is wasted. Snake plants forgive almost everything, including a tough prune. When you see that tired skirt of old leaves forming, give it the reset it's quietly begging for. 2 months later, you'll swear you bought a new plant. There you have it. 7 quiet, no cost, or almost no cost adjustments that took my snake plants from still alive to genuinely thriving. If you only remember 3 things, make it these. Give it that little 37-degree turn whenever you pass by, switch to bottom watering with a splash of hydrogen peroxide every few times, and set the pot on something that stays gently warm year-round. Do just those 3, and you'll see more new leaves and babies than you thought possible. The showers, the tight terracotta, the coffee eggshell feed, and the hard prune are wonderful bonuses that take everything even further. If your snake plant is sitting on a cold windowsill or floor right now, hit that like button. It really doesn't like that, and you now know how to fix it. If you found even one of these tips helpful, please tap subscribe and the bell so you don't miss the next practical video. And in the comments, tell me which of the 7 you're trying first, 1 through 7. I read and answer every single one. Thank you for spending this time with me. May your snake plants grow so fast you'll soon be giving divisions to everyone you know. See you in the next one. Take care.